Silent architects. The unification of Earth came not through grand political design but through sheer necessity. By 2089, the cascading effects of climate destabilization had redrawn coastlines, displaced billions, and rendered traditional nation-states ineffective against global challenges. The global cooperative formed in the aftermath of the Jakarta Conference, a last-ditch effort to coordinate humanity's resources before civilization collapsed entirely. Dr. Maya Patel stood at the window of her laboratory in the Himalayan Research Complex, watching the setting sun paint the mountains gold. At 53, she had lived through the worst of the climate wars, seen governments fall and rise, and dedicated her life to ensuring humanity would never again face extinction. "The test results are in," said her colleague, Dr. Wei Zhang, placing a tablet on her desk. 98% efficiency with minimal decay. Maya studied the data in silence. What had begun as a research project into clean energy had evolved into something far more significant, a revolutionary propulsion system that bent the fabric of space itself. "This changes everything," she said quietly. "The pulse drive works." 3 years later, the first human vessel equipped with the pulse drive left Earth's orbit. The Aurora reached Mars in just hours rather than months. Its crew, led by Captain Tomas Rivera, transmitted back images of the red planet with a simple message: "The stars are now within our reach." By 2095, humanity had established outposts on Mars, Europa, and Titan. But rather than celebrating these achievements publicly, the global cooperative pursued a strategy of deliberate understatement. The trauma of Earth's near collapse had taught them caution. Resources should be preserved, expansion measured, and above all, humanity should move as a unified whole. The first contact with an alien civilization occurred in 2103, when a survey vessel from the interstellar union known as the Concordiat entered the Sol system. Their representatives, tall, slender beings with iridescent skin, expressed surprise at finding an intelligent species developing space travel in what they had considered an isolated backwater of the galaxy. "Your achievements are impressive for such a young species," Ambassador Threll of the Concordiat told the human delegation during their first formal meeting aboard the orbital station Unity. "With proper guidance, you may one day join the greater galactic community." What the Concordiat didn't realize was that the technology they observed represented only a fraction of humanity's true capabilities. For every advancement publicly displayed, 3 more developed in classified facilities across the solar system. Commander Elena Chen of the exploration vessel Horizon understood this strategy well. At 38, she had risen quickly through the ranks of the newly formed Stellar Command, chosen for both her tactical brilliance and unwavering loyalty. "Set course for Tau Ceti," she ordered, as the Horizon prepared to depart the secret shipyard hidden within the asteroid belt. "Standard approach protocols. Remember, we appear curious but technologically limited." Her executive officer, Lieutenant Commander Jacoby, nodded. "Yes, Commander," maintaining the facade as ordered. The Horizon's true capabilities remained classified even to most of its crew. While outwardly appearing to be a simple exploration vessel with modest faster-than-light capability, the ship housed advanced weapon systems, quantum encrypted communications, and defensive technology decades beyond what humanity officially acknowledged possessing. The strategy had been effective. In the decades since first contact, various alien civilizations had established trade relations with humans, viewing them as a quaint, newcomer species worthy of limited technological exchange but no real concern. The Concordiat provided access to their star charts as a gesture of goodwill, never suspecting how rapidly humans would expand beyond their solar system. By 2120, humanity had established 17 colonies across 12 star systems. Officially, the actual number was 39, with many developed in secret through a network of quantum tunnels that allowed instantaneous travel between distant points in space. These tunnels, another technological marvel hidden from alien eyes, gave humanity unprecedented mobility and security. In her office within the subterranean levels of the Geneva complex, Director Samira Kamal reviewed the reports from these hidden colonies. At 67, she had overseen humanity's expansion strategy for 15 years, balancing between visible growth and covert advancement. "Progress on Proxima Centauri B?" she asked her assistant. "The mining operation is fully operational. Director. Extraction of rare elements exceeds projections by 23%. The colony now houses 15,000 people, all officially listed as personnel at various Earth-based facilities." Kamal nodded, studying the holographic display, showing the network of human settlements, both acknowledged and hidden, spreading across this corner of the galaxy. "And the research facility on Epsilon Eridani too? Dr. Patel's team has achieved another breakthrough. The quantum shielding now operates at full capacity with minimal energy requirements. We can install it on all major colonies within 6 months, without detection. This was humanity's greatest advantage, their rapid technological advancement, driven by a combination of human ingenuity and the existential fear born during Earth's darkest days. While most spacefaring species had taken centuries or millennia to develop their technologies, humanity had compressed this timeline dramatically, motivated by the knowledge that extinction had nearly claimed them once already. Commander Chen's mission to Tau Ceti exemplified this approach. While officially surveying the system for potential colonization, her actual assignment involved assessing the capabilities of the Merethi, an ancient species whose territory bordered the system. "Our scans detect extensive orbital structures around the 4th planet," reported the Horizon's science officer as they maintained position at the edge of the system. "Energy signatures suggest advanced civilization, consistent with Concordiat records." Chen studied the data. "Any indication they've detected us?" "Negative, Commander. Our signature dampeners are functioning perfectly. To their sensors, we would appear to be nothing more than a small transport vessel, if detectable at all." "Good. Continue passive observation. Download all available data on their propulsion and defense systems." The Horizon spent 3 weeks in the Tau Ceti system, gathering intelligence while maintaining the appearance of a simple exploratory mission. When a Merethi patrol vessel finally approached them, Chen ordered standard protocols, present as curious, but technologically limited humans interested in peaceful contact. The Merethi vessel dwarfed the Horizon, its crystalline structure gleaming against the backdrop of space. The alien commander, visible on the communication screen, regarded the humans with what seemed like mild amusement. "We welcome explorers from Earth," the translation came through. "Your journey here must have been long and arduous with your primitive drive systems." Chen bowed slightly, the perfect picture of respect and deference. "We are honored by your greeting. Indeed, our journey took several months, but the opportunity to meet new civilizations makes such travel worthwhile." The Merethi shared limited information about their species. They had been spacefaring for over 12,000 years and held significant influence within the Concordiat. They expressed polite interest in human culture, but little concern for Earth's expansion efforts. "They see us as children," Lieutenant Commander Jacoby remarked after the exchange. "Harmless newcomers stumbling into the galaxy." Chen allowed herself a small smile. "Then they're seeing exactly what we want them to see." After returning to Earth, Chen delivered her full report directly to Director Kamal. The Merethi, like the other established species they had encountered, posed no immediate threat, but their technological capabilities were impressive. Most importantly, they had drastically underestimated humanity. "They believe our drive systems require months to reach Tau Ceti," Chen explained. "They have no idea we can traverse that distance in days with our current technology, or instantly, through the quantum tunnels." Kamal nodded, satisfied. "Perfect. We'll establish a hidden colony in the Epsilon Indi system next. It's close enough to Merethi territory to gather intelligence, but far enough to avoid detection." As the meeting concluded, Dr. Patel entered with urgent news. Her team had achieved another breakthrough, this time with technology recovered from an abandoned alien outpost discovered beyond Pluto years earlier. "We've finally deciphered their data storage systems," she explained, excitement evident in her voice despite her age. "Director, the information we've recovered, it's beyond anything we imagined. Detailed records of at least 50 spacefaring, Civilizations including technologies centuries beyond current Concordia capabilities. Kamal leaned forward. How is that possible? The outpost wasn't built by any current species. It appears to have been left by a civilization that predates all known galactic powers, one that vanished thousands of years ago. This discovery accelerated humanity's advancement even further. Within 2 years, human ships incorporated technologies derived from the ancient data, while research teams worked to understand concepts that challenged fundamental scientific principles. Meanwhile, the public face of human expansion continued its careful, measured pace. Delegations to Concordiate assemblies presented themselves with appropriate humility, accepting limited technological exchanges while expressing gratitude for alien guidance. But behind this facade, the silent empire grew. Hidden shipyards constructed, vessels with capabilities that would shock their alien counterparts. Secret colonies flourished on worlds carefully selected to avoid detection. And at the heart of it all, a unified human directive. Never again would their species face extinction. Never again would they be vulnerable. As Commander Chen prepared for her next mission aboard the newly commissioned exploration vessel Pathfinder, she reflected on humanity's unique position. Unlike the ancient civilizations that had evolved slowly over millennia, humans had compressed their development into decades, driven by the memory of near extinction and guided by a singular purpose. "Final checks complete, Commander," reported her new executive officer. "The Pathfinder is ready for departure." Chen nodded, studying the star chart that showed their destination, a system deep within unclaimed space, perfect for the next hidden colony. "Take us out, Lieutenant," she ordered. "Standard approach protocols." The Pathfinder left Earth's orbit, its true capabilities hidden beneath a carefully maintained facade of technological modesty. To any watching eyes, it appeared to be merely another step in humanity's gradual expansion. None could see that it was actually one more piece in an intricate strategy that would soon reshape the galaxy's power structure, a strategy born from humanity's greatest strength, the ability to learn from near extinction and emerge stronger, more unified, and infinitely more determined. The silent architects of Earth's hidden empire moved their pieces across the cosmic board, unseen and underestimated by the very powers they would one day challenge. Hidden strength. 50 years had passed since humanity's first tentative steps into the galactic community. What the various alien civilizations observed was impressive enough. A young species that had expanded to 37 officially acknowledged colonies across 22 star systems. Trade agreements had been established with 12 different species, and human representatives now regularly attended Concordiate assemblies. What remained hidden was far more significant: 78 additional colonies connected by a network of quantum tunnels, massive shipyards producing vessels with capabilities that rivaled or exceeded those of species with thousands of years of spacefaring history, and technological advancements that had leapfrogged centuries of expected development. Admiral Elena Chen, now 68 but still commanding with the sharp precision that had defined her career, stood on the bridge of the Vigilant, humanity's newest flagship. Though officially classified as a peacekeeping vessel with modest defensive capabilities, the Vigilant housed weapon systems and defensive technology that could challenge anything known to exist in the sector. "Status report," she ordered as the massive ship maintained position near the edge of the Arcturus system, one of humanity's official frontier colonies. "All systems nominal, Admiral," replied Captain Marcus Okafor, her second-in-command. "The quantum shield is operating at full capacity, and our signature dampeners are functioning perfectly. To external sensors, we appear to be a standard patrol vessel 1/4 our actual size." Chen nodded, studying the tactical display. The Vigilant wasn't alone. 20 similar ships had been strategically positioned near human colony worlds, all disguised as much smaller, less capable vessels. It was a precaution that many in the global cooperative had argued was unnecessary, but Chen had insisted. "The galaxy is changing," she told Okafor as they observed the busy shipping lanes around Arcturus. "Have you reviewed the intelligence reports from the Theta sector?" Yes, Admiral. The Sarcesi Empire has been expanding aggressively. 3 independent worlds have fallen under their control in the past year alone. The Sarcesi were an anomaly in the generally stable political landscape of this sector of the galaxy. While most established civilizations operated within the loose framework of the Concordiat, the Sarcesi maintained fierce independence. Their species had evolved from apex predators on a harsh desert world, and their social structures still reflected this heritage, hierarchical, territorial, and expansionist. They've noticed us, Chen said quietly. Our intelligence indicates they've been conducting extensive surveillance of our official colonies. A threat assessment? Most likely. The question is whether they see us as potential prey or competition. Unknown. To most humans and all alien species, the quantum network that connected humanity's hidden empire had detected Sarcesi probe ships near several official human colonies. These probes had been allowed to observe carefully managed settlements that displayed technology levels consistent with humanity's public image, advanced enough to be respected, but limited enough to avoid appearing threatening. In her office, at the Himalayan Research Complex, now expanded into a sprawling facility buried deep within the mountain range, Dr. Maya Patel reviewed the latest breakthroughs with her protege, Dr. Sanjay Kumar. Despite being well into her second century, her life extended by medical advancements that remained classified, Patel's mind remained as sharp as ever. The quantum entanglement network is now operating at full capacity, Kumar reported, displaying a holographic model of the system that connected every human settlement instantaneously across vast distances. All 78 hidden colonies and 37 public ones can communicate without any possibility of interception. Patel nodded, studying the network's intricate connections. And the integration with the ancient technology we recovered? Complete. The predictive algorithms, drawn from the predecessor databanks, have improved efficiency by 34%. More importantly, we've implemented their approach to energy manipulation in the new defense systems. The predecessors, as humans had designated them, remained a mystery. The abandoned outpost discovered decades earlier had provided glimpses of a civilization that had mastered technologies still theoretical to even the most advanced current species. Humanity's ability to implement and improve upon these discoveries had accelerated their development beyond any predictable timeline. On New Terra, one of humanity's first and most populous official colonies, Director Samira Kamal's successor, Director Talib Okoro, met with representatives from the diplomatic corps. At 57, Okoro had inherited the massive responsibility of guiding humanity's dual existence, the public face presented to the galaxy and the hidden empire growing behind it. The Concordiat Assembly has expressed concern about our recent expansion, reported Chief Diplomat Leila Takahashi, particularly our new settlements in the Procyon and Sirius systems. Okoro frowned. Those colonies fall well within the territorial boundaries established in our agreements. Yes, but several elder species have noted the speed of our development. The Merethi representative specifically mentioned that we've accomplished in decades what took their civilization centuries. Curiosity or concern? Both, I believe. There's also this. Takahashi transferred a data packet to the main display. A formal communication from the Sarcesi Empire. They've requested a diplomatic meeting at their border station near the Alphar system. Okoro studied the message. The language was polite but carried unmistakable undertones of authority. They're not requesting. They're summoning. That was my assessment as well. What do we know about their recent activities? Takahashi brought up another display showing Sarcesi fleet movements across their territory. They've been consolidating forces near their borders with both Concordiat space and our frontier colonies. Intelligence suggests they've doubled military production in the past 3 years. Okoro was silent for a moment, considering the implications. They're preparing for expansion, and they're trying to determine if we represent an obstacle or an opportunity, Takahashi added. A young species with valuable worlds might appear vulnerable. The decision was made to accept the Sarcesi invitation but prepare accordingly. While a diplomatic delegation led by Takahashi would travel openly to the meeting, Admiral Chen and the Vigilant would position themselves nearby, cloaked by technology that rendered them effectively invisible to conventional sensors. The Sarsizi border station loomed against the backdrop of space, a massive structure bristling with what were obviously weapons systems, making no pretense about its primary function. The human diplomatic vessel, the emissary, approached following the designated flight path precisely. From the hidden position of the Vigilant, Admiral Chen observed the proceedings through quantum-encrypted feeds. "Analysis of their defensive capabilities," she ordered. Captain Okafor reviewed the sensor data. "Impressive but conventional. Their shield technology appears to be based on standard Concordiate designs, though more heavily powered. Weapon systems are primarily energy-based with some mass drivers. Nothing our quantum shields couldn't handle." Chen nodded but maintained her caution. The Sarsizi had survived and thrived in a galaxy of older, established powers through cunning, as much as strength. They wouldn't reveal all their capabilities during a diplomatic meeting. Aboard the border station, Chief Diplomat Takahashi and her team were escorted to a meeting chamber dominated by a massive circular table. The Sarsizi representatives entered, tall, muscular beings with scaled skin in shades of amber and bronze, their movements precise and predatory. "We welcome the representatives of Earth and its colonies," the lead Sarsizi announced, his translator conveying the words with a harsh edge. "I am High Commander Vexar of the Imperial Fleet." Takahashi bowed slightly. "We are honored by your invitation, High Commander. The United Earth colonies look forward to establishing productive relations with the Sarsizi Empire." The diplomatic exchanges began cordially enough, with discussions of trade possibilities and territorial boundaries. But the true purpose of the meeting soon became clear. "Your species has expanded remarkably quickly," Vexar noted, his compound eyes fixing Takahashi with an unblinking stare. "From a single world to nearly 40 colonies in less than a century. Such growth must require significant resources. We have been fortunate in finding compatible worlds," Takahashi replied carefully. "And the Concordiat has been generous in sharing navigational data." "Yes, the Concordiat." Vexar made a dismissive gesture. "They prefer to maintain the illusion of balance and cooperation. The Sarsizi Empire recognizes a more fundamental truth. Power determines destiny." The High Commander activated a holographic display showing human territory in relation to Sarsizi space. "Your expansion has brought you to our sphere of influence. In the interest of avoiding misunderstandings, the Emperor proposes a mutually beneficial arrangement." The arrangement became clear as Vexar continued. The Sarsizi would offer protection to human colonies in exchange for exclusive mining rights on 6 frontier worlds and preferential terms in all trade agreements. It was, thinly disguised, a demand for tribute. Such an arrangement would require careful consideration by our governing council, Takahashi responded, maintaining perfect diplomatic composure despite the implicit threat. "What would happen if we found such terms challenging to implement?" Vexar's mouth curved in what might have been a smile revealing rows of pointed teeth. "The galaxy can be hazardous for young species without powerful allies. Piracy, resource conflicts, territorial disputes, many unfortunate possibilities. The Empire's protection would alleviate such concerns." From the Vigilant, Admiral Chen watched the exchange with narrowed eyes. "They're testing us," she murmured, "seeing how we respond to intimidation." Captain Okafor nodded. "Standard predator behavior, assessing whether we'll fight or submit." The diplomatic meeting concluded, with Takahashi promising to relay the Sarsizi proposal to Earth authorities. As the emissary departed, the Vigilant silently shadowed it, remaining undetected by Sarsizi sensors. Once safely away from Sarsizi space, Takahashi established a secure connection with Director Okoro. "It was exactly as we suspected. They're positioning themselves to assert dominance over our frontier colonies." Okoro's expression was grave. "Did you get a sense of their timeline?" "They requested a response within 30 days. I believe they're prepared to move quickly if we show any sign of weakness. Then we'll need to accelerate our preparations." while the diplomatic corps crafted a carefully measured response to the Sarcisi demands, neither openly defiant nor submissive. Humanity's hidden military apparatus went into high alert. Throughout human space, concealed facilities activated contingency protocols. The quantum tunnel network that allowed instantaneous travel between colonies became a strategic asset of incalculable value, enabling rapid redeployment of forces without detection. Meanwhile, Commander Sophia Wu of the exploration vessel Discovery made a finding that would dramatically alter the situation. While mapping an uninhabited system beyond human space, her team discovered something extraordinary: another predecessor outpost, far larger and better preserved than the first. The facility appears to be a research station, Wu reported via quantum link directly to Director Okoro and Admiral Chen. Initial scans indicate it's been abandoned for at least 50,000 years, but much of its technology remains intact. Most importantly, we've found what appears to be a weapons development center. Within days, a specialized research team led by Dr. Kumar arrived through a temporary quantum tunnel. What they discovered exceeded all expectations. Detailed specifications for defensive and offensive systems that operated on principles barely theoretical to current science. The predecessors were preparing for something, Kumar reported after weeks of intensive study. These aren't typical military developments. They're planet-scale defense systems and weapons designed to counter something specific. Do we know what? Admiral Chen asked, having traveled to the outpost to assess the findings personally. Not yet, but based on the scale and nature of these systems, they were facing an existential threat, something that concerned a civilization thousands of years more advanced than anything in the current galaxy. The discovery accelerated implementation of technologies already under development and opened entirely new possibilities. Within the hidden shipyards throughout human space, vessels underwent rapid modifications to incorporate predecessor-derived systems. As the 30-day deadline approached, Takahashi delivered humanity's official response to the Sarcisi. It was diplomatically phrased but amounted to a polite refusal of their demands, suggesting instead a more equitable trade relationship without the protection arrangement. The Sarcisi reaction was immediate. Vexar didn't bother hiding his displeasure. Your species shows either courage or foolishness, often difficult to distinguish in the young. The Emperor will be disappointed. Takahashi maintained her composure. We value the possibility of friendship with the Sarcisi Empire, but we must protect the interests of our people. Indeed, as must we all. Intelligence reports in the following days confirmed what human leaders had anticipated. Sarcisi fleet movements indicated preparation for military action. Vessels positioned themselves near key approach vectors to human frontier colonies, while communication intercepts revealed mobilization orders throughout their territory. In the secure command center deep beneath Geneva, Director Okoro met with the crisis response team. Assessment? Admiral Chen, present via quantum projection, responded, "They're preparing for a show of force, likely targeting one of our frontier colonies, New Haven or Proxima Prime. The intent would be to demonstrate their superiority and force a reconsideration of their offer. Casualties? Potentially significant if we maintain our current public posture. The official defense capabilities of those colonies would be inadequate against a determined Sarcisi assault." Okoro nodded slowly. Options? We have 3, Chen replied. First, we can reinforce those colonies with our public fleet, but this would only delay the inevitable and would reveal more of our capabilities than is strategic at this point. Second, we can evacuate the colonies through the quantum tunnels before the Sarcisi arrive, but this would concede territory and embolden them to take more. And the third option? A subtle smile crossed Chen's face. We let them come, but they find something very different from what they're expecting. The strategy was set. While maintaining all appearances of normal activity, quantum tunnels secretly connected to hardened bunkers beneath the targeted colonies. Civilian populations could be evacuated in minutes if necessary. Meanwhile, advanced defensive systems derived from predecessor technology were installed, disguised as standard infrastructure. Most importantly, Admiral Chen positioned 3 of humanity's most advanced warships, the Vigilant, the Defiant, and the Resolute, in nearby systems, ready to respond instantly through the quantum network. As humanity prepared for the coming conflict, Dr. Kumar made a breakthrough in understanding the predecessor research. They weren't just building weapons, he reported to Director Okoro. They were developing an entirely new approach to manipulating space-time itself. If we can implement even a fraction of this technology, how quickly? The principles are extraordinary but surprisingly adaptable to our existing systems. We've already begun modifications to the Vigilant's primary defensive array. If it works as the simulations suggest, Okoro nodded. Proceed with all possible speed. The Sarsizi won't wait long to make their move. Throughout human space, preparations continued with quiet efficiency. The public face remained calm, and, unaware while beneath the surface, the full might of humanity's hidden strength prepared to reveal itself. The silent, underestimated empire was about to show its true power. Empire Unveiled. The attack came at dawn, local time, on the human colony of New Haven. Without declaration or warning, a Sarsizi battle fleet emerged from faster-than-light travel at the edge of the system. 15 warships advancing in attack formation toward the seemingly vulnerable human settlement. In the colony's administrative center, Governor Rafael Mendoza received the alert with practiced calm. To all outward appearances, the colony of 80,000 souls had only minimal defensive capabilities. A small orbital platform and a handful of patrol vessels that would be hopelessly outmatched against the Sarsizi fleet. Activate emergency protocols, Mendoza ordered, sending the predetermined signal through the colony's communication system. Throughout New Haven, civilians moved quickly to designated shelter areas, structures that appeared to be simple community centers but were in fact hardened bunkers connected to the hidden quantum tunnel network. In orbit, the colony's small defense force took up position, broadcasting standard warnings and requests for the Sarsizi fleet to declare their intentions. The response was predictably dismissive. This system now falls under Sarsizi protection, came the transmission from the lead vessel. Your defensive units will stand down and prepare to receive our security forces. Resistance will be met with appropriate measures. Governor Mendoza exchanged a glance with his security chief. How long until they're in range? 17 minutes at current approach vector. And our preparations? Complete. 97% of civilians are now in secure locations. Quantum link is active and stable. Mendoza nodded and opened a secure channel. New Haven to command. Sarsizi fleet as anticipated. We are ready. In the hidden command center beneath Geneva, Director Okoro received the transmission. Admiral Chen, present via quantum projection, nodded. It's time to show our hand. Partially. Okoro gave the authorization. Implement Revelation Protocol, Phase 1 only. Throughout the New Haven system, hidden defensive systems activated. Beneath the surface of the colony's 2 moons, concealed installations powered up. In orbit, quantum fields that had masked advanced satellites dissipated, revealing their true nature. Aboard the lead Sarsizi vessel, High Commander Vexar observed the approach with satisfaction. The human colony lay nearly defenseless before them. A simple demonstration of force would bring these upstarts to heel without the need for significant destruction. Energy spike detected, his sensor officer suddenly reported. Multiple sources. Sir, we're detecting activated defense platforms throughout the system. Impossible, Vexar snarled, moving to the tactical display. Our intelligence confirmed minimal defensive capabilities. The display told a different story. Dozens of previously undetected defense platforms now registered on their sensors, their energy signatures indicating weapon systems far more advanced than humans should possess. They've been hiding their capabilities, Vexar realized. Clever prey. He reassessed the situation quickly. The revealed defenses were significant but still manageable for his fleet. Continue approach. Target the primary defensive platforms first. As the Sarsizi fleet adjusted course to engage the defensive systems, They remained unaware of the 3 human warships that had silently emerged from quantum tunnels behind them. Admiral, Chen stood on the bridge of the Vigilant, observing the tactical display with the calm of a veteran commander. "The Sarcesi are committed to their attack vector," reported Captain Okafor. "They still believe they hold the advantage," Chen noted. "Let's disabuse them of that notion. Signal the defiant and resolute. Implement attack pattern Epsilon. Weapons. Free, but prioritize disabling rather than destruction." The 3 human warships accelerated toward the Sarcesi fleet, still undetected thanks to advanced stealth systems derived from predecessor technology. When they finally revealed themselves, it was at optimal attack position. "Sarcesi vessels detected," Chen announced to her crew. "Disengage stealth systems and activate quantum shields." The effect was immediate and dramatic. Where empty space had existed moments before, 3 massive warships suddenly appeared on Sarcesi sensors, each larger and more heavily armed than anything humans were believed to possess. On the Sarcesi command ship, alarms blared as tactical officers reported the new threat. 3 unknown vessels have appeared behind us, energy signatures exceeding any known human technology. Vexar's compound eyes widened as he processed the tactical display. "Impossible. Execute evasive pattern all vessels." Before the Sarcesi fleet could react effectively, the human warships opened fire. Beams of concentrated energy struck with surgical precision, targeting propulsion and weapon systems while avoiding critical life support. The attacks were deliberately calibrated, demonstrating overwhelming technological superiority while avoiding unnecessary casualties. 5 Sarcesi vessels lost propulsion in the first exchange. 3 more found their weapon systems disabled. The remaining ships attempted to regroup and return fire, but their energy weapons dissipated harmlessly against the human vessel's quantum shields. "Their attacks are having no effect," reported the Vigilant's defensive officer. "Shield integrity at 98%. Chen nodded, unsurprised. The predecessor-derived shields are performing as expected. Target the Sarcesi command ship's communications array. Precise strike only. A focused beam lanced out from the Vigilant, severing the Sarcesi flagship's primary communication systems with surgical precision. Secondary systems remained, but the message was clear. The humans could have disabled life support just as easily. Throughout the New Haven system, colonial defense platforms engaged the Sarcesi vessels that had continued their advance, disabling weapons and propulsion systems. With similar precision, within 20 minutes the entire Sarcesi fleet had been effectively neutralized, without a single ship destroyed. "Open a channel to the Sarcesi command vessel," Chen ordered. High Commander Vexar received the communication request with barely controlled fury. His fleet, the pride of the Imperial Navy's 3rd Division, had been disabled with embarrassing ease. Worse, the humans had deliberately avoided destruction, delivering instead the most humiliating outcome possible. "Sarcesi Command, this is Admiral Elena Chen of the United Earth Fleet," came the transmission. "Your vessels have been disabled but not destroyed. Your life support remains functional. We have demonstrated our capabilities with restraint. The next demonstration will not be so measured." Vexar hissed in anger but recognized the tactical reality. "You concealed your true technology levels. Deception is the strategy of prey, not predators." Chen's expression remained impassive. "An interesting perspective. We prefer to think of it as prudence. Your vessels will be allowed to withdraw once repair drones have restored minimal propulsion. Be advised that any future incursions into human space will be met with immediate and decisive response." As the communication ended, Vexar turned to his second-in-command. "Send encrypted burst transmission to Imperial Command. The humans have hidden capabilities far beyond our intelligence assessments, requesting immediate reinforcements." The response came hours